Yo, yo! Alright, it's Monday, fitness and finance conversation. This is going to be a little bit more of a mindset type conversation today because there's a few things that you gotta have and you gotta understand before you're going to create change in your life in any way, whether that is physically with your body or financially or in your business or in your relationships. There's three things that you've probably never heard, but if you read my long ass captions, I know I write long ass captions, okay? My true fans read every freaking word, okay? I know they're long, okay? But I mention this in my captions sometimes. I actually just posted it earlier, matter of fact, but there's something that you gotta have. Otherwise, you're never gonna make any changes, okay? The first thing that you have to have in order to change is you have to have some form of pain, some form of discomfort. Basically, you have to hate where you are right now. Okay, let's take your body, for example, because most of you guys need to lose some fucking weight because most of you are some fat motherfuckers, okay? The average American is clinically obese, okay? The average dude's 28% body fat, obese. The average woman is 40% body fat, obese, okay? So let's not sugarcoat that shit because I know they're just trying to eat that too, okay? So when it comes to you wanting to change your body, okay, you have to hate where you are. You have to hate where you are. That's step one. If you are not sick and tired of your shit, if you're not sick and tired of feeling fat, sick and tired, then you're not going to do anything. Okay? So step one is you have to hate where you are. All right? And this applies to anything, right? It applies to your finances. You have to hate making $60K a year, right? Which is like what the average American makes. Right? You want to make six figures, you want to make multiple six figures or seven figures, you have to first fucking hate where you are. Right? Same thing when it comes to any area of life. Okay? So maybe you got bad credit, right? You gotta hate having bad credit. Right? Alright, so that's step one. Step one, you gotta have some form of a negative emotion to trigger you, right? So that's step one. You gotta hate your shit. Step two, you have to be willing to learn. Okay? You have to be willing to learn something new because clearly what you know isn't the right way to get what you want. Right? Because if you knew, you'd do. And if you were doing, you would have a different result. Correct? Correct. Am I right? Yes or yes. Okay? So, you have to have a willingness to learn, right? Let's take fitness, for example, again. Most of you guys think you know what you're doing, but you're still fat. So clearly, you don't know. Because if you knew, you'd be doing. Do you understand? Okay? So you have to have a willingness to learn. And here's the thing that you have to understand too. And this is something that all the greatest people have in common that a lot of you have probably never heard or been told. The wealthiest people that I know, and this is across the board to just people in general, okay? The wealthiest people are always learning more. They don't think they know it all. They are constantly absorbing everything they can from everyone, everything. They can't be told anything else. They think they fucking know everything, right? So their willingness to learn is shut off. So they're not learning anything new, yet they're broke, right? The brokies are like, that ain't gonna work. There's no way that can happen. You're broke, bro. How do you know? How do you know? Okay? Now, like I was telling you, the people who are the wealthiest, dude, they are sponges. Okay, the wealthiest people that I know, they do not think they know it all. They are constantly asking questions, constantly learning more. The ones that are the wealthiest, even the ones that are the fittest, these guys are constantly trying to learn more. I'm always fucking trying to learn more. Constantly. I'm reading books, taking courses, watching fucking YouTubes all goddamn day long. Every single day. Like literally what I'm doing when I'm fucking in the gym, I'm listening to fucking courses, books, fucking audio programs, podcasts, YouTubes, constantly. Because I know I don't know it all. Now I know 1,000 times more than the average person, but I'm always trying to get to the next level, right? But you have to understand, so step 1, you gotta have some kind of pain and hate where you are. Step 2, you have to have a willingness to learn. Be hungry to learn more. And remember, you don't know unless you are doing. Okay? You don't know unless you're doing. So you think you know it, but you ain't fucking executing, you don't know shit. Okay? The knowing is in the doing. All right? So that's the first 2 steps. Okay? And then the third one, and this is the one you guys are gonna hate. Okay? This is the one you're gonna hate. Okay? Now if you're like me, I love it shit, right? But step 3, you have to be willing to change. Meaning, that means you gotta be willing to give up shit you love to get what you want. If you ain't willing to give up your TV, if you ain't willing to give up your fucking weekends partying, if you ain't willing to give up your fucking scrolling on fucking social media, if you ain't willing to give shit up and change so you can create what you want, you're never gonna get it. Because you could have the pain, you could have the knowledge, but if you don't change, nothing changes. Okay? It's kind of obvious, right? It's like common sense, right? Which is what a lot of you guys lack in the world today is some motherfucking common sense, right? But you have to change to create change, right? And this is the one area where most people fail the most, right? They have these habits that have gotten them where they are, gotten them fat, gotten them sick, gotten them unhealthy, right? Gotten them a shitty marriage, right? Gotten them broke, gotten them fucking bad credit. They got these shitty habits. They got them there, but they're not giving them up. They're not stopping them. They're not changing their behavior. If you want a different outcome, you have to change. I know it's fucking common sense for some of you people, but I mean, like, let's be real. Most of Americans are retards these days. Okay? Fucking retards. Alright? So I gotta dumb this down and explain it because most shit's a bunch of retards. Alright? And sometimes you need to be reminded and revalidated of shit that you already know. Right? And you just need to be told again to be reminded because you ain't making changes. Right? Look, if you've been working out more than like 90 to 120 days, more than like 3 to 6 months, and you ain't in shape yet, you aren't doing these things. You ain't changing. Because you ain't changing. Right? Common sense again. Correct? So, let's recap. In order for you to change, in order for you to improve, in order for you to get results, in whatever area that it is that you're trying to improve, you have to, step one, hate where you're at. Step 2, be willing to learn and learn as much as you fucking can, but take immediate fucking action. Okay? Because one of the things that a lot of people get stuck in is they get stuck in the second phase where they're trying to learn everything first before they take action. No. As soon as you fucking learn it, take action. Okay? Learn, take action. Learn, take action. Learn, take action. And then you'll have to correct course along the way because you're not going to be perfect whenever you first start it, right? You're going to make mistakes. You're going to do it wrong, right? But the learning is in the doing, right? As you get more repetitions in, then you get real good at it, okay? So, gotta be tired of your shit, hate where you're at, be willing to learn, absorb everything you fucking can, take immediate fucking action, and change your daily habits. Do you hear me? Because if you do not do these 3 things, you aren't changing. And in a year, when I make this video again, you're gonna be in the exact same fucking place. And I'm gonna be like, I told you motherfuckers last year. I told you. Don't be that person. Okay? All right. So I'm done with today's lesson. All right? Do these things. Stop behaving the same way, thinking you're going to get a different result. Okay? That's known as insanity, or in my language, you're a fucking retard. All right? Stop being a fucking retard. All right? And do what it takes so you can get something better. Understood? Let's go.